All right, testing, testing. Hello, hello. Hold up. What's okay? Something is very wrong with the camera. Wait, hold up. I'll fix it. Uh, oh, come on. Okay, it's yeah. Fixing it. Fixing it. Yeah, okay, let's consider it fixed. Okay, hello. Yeah, I reinstalled the broadcaster and apparently it kinda messed with the camera stuff. Is it using the correct camera? Yeah, it's zooming and all that. Weird. Anyway, yeah, I actually reinstalled it because the noise filter wasn't working on the microphone. And when I was rewatching some old recordings, I could really hear the fan blowing behind me, and that was annoying. I think this should be better. At least when I'm not talking, I get like zero, almost zero background noise. Yeah, absolutely zero. Yeah. Well, the downside is that you won't be able to hear my loud keyboard, not that loudly at least, but you know, you win some, you lose some, what you can do. Also, my background isn't blurry. Is it blurry? It's not very blurry. Oh well. Wait, I think I can zoom in more. Or make it more dramatic. Wait. Sure. Alright, let's say that it's watchable. Yeah, so hello! How is everybody doing? How was your day and your week and what not? You know what, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Yeah, I'll keep it there. Yeah, I'll fix the aspect ratio later because it's a bit off, but yeah, whatever. It's very much annoying, you know, so do tell me how you are and I'll try to fix my video because it's annoying me. Okay, I know you lost me now, but give me a sec. That's not good. Great, great. I'm done fiddling. Leaving it as is. So yeah. Welcome, and I have some really exciting VFX stuff to do tonight or today. I don't know where you are. So first off, just to recap, what I did in the last stream, which is already uploaded, it's still on Twitch and you can find it on YouTube as well. This is what we have now, right? It also has some screen shake, which doesn't play on the timeline, or we're supposed to have it, but yeah, that's what we have. And the whole goal of this little project is to basically remake that old Earth Attacks thing I had made and to make it bitching, but still this is not really bitching. What it is a bitch to work with, because I have like 5 different stuff here triggering and also like 5 particles also triggering, and it's annoying. So I am going to fix that. Oh, thanks for the follow, Kay, and thanks for joining the stream. And the server too. I mean, I'm a big fan of your work, so yeah. Yeah, so first thing I'm gonna do, I'm actually going to delete those. Boom. Boom. Screw them. I'm actually gonna make the rocks with particles. I did some dry runs again to see how it works. And I think I can make them, they can work well with particles. But yeah, just to recap, I brought them back. We actually made the, well, not we, I did all the work, you just stood there and watched, but I made like the rock models and the rock material thing in Substance. And I got this guy from Mixamo with this animation and put it all together in a timeline and triggered the animation along with like the particles and made some fire, which is fine, I guess. And yeah, that's what we did. You know what, I'm not gonna delete those, I'm just gonna mute them. But I am going to set those to disabled. So yeah, first up, I'm gonna start with something a bit boring, but we will move on to something more a bit sexier VFX wise. So yeah, I'm just gonna make this effect with particles, which should be fairly straightforward. So instead of actually having 5 different stuff with animations and particles inside them and scaling and all that, a single particle system for the main rocks and then playing around with sub-emitters should do the trick. Obviously the shape is not going to be a cone, it's obviously going to be like a line. And we have a shape for this, it's actually called edge. And it very much suits our VFX because it's very edgy and all that. I can bring this, in case you didn't know, I mean I've shown it previously on the stream, but in case you didn't know, a neat trick you can do in Unity is if you move something and holding Control and Shift, it actually snaps to like surfaces and like the ground and all that. So you can do that. Where is my guy in the Z? He's there. So yeah, just copying the Z, I will fix the rest. Emission is obviously not going to be this. It's actually gonna be a burst of 1 with 5 cycles with a 0.1 interval, non-looping, no speed, and instead of a random mode in the shape, it's going to be a loop. So this makes this effect. So do you see that it actually spawns like 5 next to each other? So that is good. Obviously not the thing we want yet, but yeah. So I'm actually going to use the rock model. So instead of billboard, going to mesh. Instead of cube, obviously gonna get the, well, it's still called cube, but we know that this is not the cube. It's an interesting effect with like the default particle material, but obviously we don't want that, we want the rock. Yeah. Okay, so first off, so now you can see it still spawns. First off, fixing the weird billboardy behavior here. So instead of render alignment being set as view, it's going to be local or world. Why not? And to spread them out, I can actually change the speed of here in the shape, like that. Yeah, speed isn't very intuitive, but yeah. So also gonna like make this quite big. I need to see where the guy lands too, so that, okay, so he lands there. So I can actually move that around here. Yeah, that's good. I'm also gonna set the duration from 5 to be 0.5. That's actually important. In most particle systems, I don't bother with the duration. But here it is important, and I will come back to that like very shortly. Again, increasing the speed to spread them out. You would expect that the spread would spread them out, but the speed actually does the trick. Alright, and now I have to fix the scale. So the reason I actually set the duration to be 0.5 is so that I can set the start size as a curve. Now, I know it can be a bit confusing and like inconsistent to use curves in particle systems, because in most cases, like for example, size over lifetime and all that stuff, the curve moves over the lifetime of each individual particle. But when you set these and some other settings, well, basically whatever isn't over lifetime, it is over the duration of the particle. So if I set this to be a curve, hey Ori, welcome, and I do it like this, and now I can actually reduce the speed and also reduce the maximum size, something like that, and play a little bit with the curve. And it's kind of doing the thing. Cool. I don't want them like that, so I am going to change the rotation to make them like go like this. Yeah. And something I didn't actually try, I will also try to make the speed a curve so that this little guy doesn't get so much left behind. So make this a curve, and yeah. Looking good. And the cool thing also, now that I don't have like 5 individual things to control, is that I can just call it rocks or something. Although we will have just call it earth attack. It's like the main VFX. Yeah, so again, I can just make a control track here and use that here, and I can time it way better though. Yeah. So the thing with the main particle system, the root being having a duration of 0.5 means that, you know, it's also 0.5 in the timeline, despite the particles themselves having like a lifetime of 5. But it's okay, because since it's not looping, I can just extend the particle system to my heart's extent. So it will stay like this. Is it? Yeah, it can stay like this. Right? We are doing things. So that's going well. I can now, you know what? I'm gonna fix how they appear. So I could, and like on my tests, I actually used the size over lifetime for these and made them like go up like something like that, and that's fine, I guess, but it will introduce some problems. So as I mentioned, I want to use sub-emitters, okay, and since I have like these rocks with different sizes each, I want the sub-emitters to inherit the size of each individual rock particle, so that you know the particles here are smaller and the particles here are larger. You know, because that's how sizes work. But the thing is that sub-emitters, when you say that I want them to wait, what? Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you say that you want them to play on birth, if you tell them to inherit the size, for example, they will take whatever size the particle has at the moment you tell them. So since they are starting from 0, all sub-emitters will inherit a size of 0. Oh, and thanks for the follows. Yeah. I'm trying not to butcher names lately, so yeah. So yeah, they will end up having a scale of 0, and that's not convenient. That's the opposite of that. It's inconvenient. So I am going to do something else. Something that's way more fun, because it involves shaders. So either way, I wasn't really in love with the concept of these. Let me fix the speed a little first. Come on. Okay, so I wasn't either way in love with the concept of them scaling up. I would prefer it if they were like moving up instead. And there is a way to go about that. You know what? First, I will try not using shaders. Though, I mean, either way, I am going to use shaders for these two at some point. But you know what? Just for the sake of trying. Okay, so these appear like that now. If I set their pivot to be minus 0.8 and instead made them move, would this work? No. Z? No. X? No. Yeah, okay, so this is a bit annoying because they don't respect the rotation. Yeah, no, okay, so what if it was like this and like... Obviously, the annoying thing is that I'm gonna have to make them to make it different per instance, and also speed modifier. Doing it. But still, they would have to be different. Yeah, but see, this is over lifetime, so that's annoying. Okay, so that's why I want to try something else. Okay, that was a good thing to try out, but let's keep it in the back pocket for now. Hey, Midong. Oh, you don't hear me very well. Okay, I can lower the music a bit. I hope that helps. I'm not sure if that's the noise cancelling thing. Okay, if it's better, yeah. Okay, I will also try to enunciate and maybe talk louder. That would probably help. Oh, also I can maybe randomize the start rotation to make it a bit interesting. Let's see. Like, not by a whole lot, but, you know, just enough so it's a bit interesting. Yeah, sure. All right. So what I wanted to do with a shader. So the whole thing is that because they have different sizes, it is tough to try and get them to, because, you know, the larger ones would have to move more to get to the same position at the same time as the smaller ones. And okay, particle systems are good, but in this case you really eyeball the curves to try and make it work when you have a setup like this, and I don't want to do that. So there is something that does not care about scale or rotation or whatnot, and that's object space coordinates. Yay! So what I can do, okay, I have a cell shaded shader here, but I am going to cannibalize it. So I'm gonna copy it, I'm gonna call it rock particle shader. I'm gonna use that instead. Obviously, it still has the same name, so it's being difficult, but okay. Okay. Gonna call it rock particle shader. I updated my Visual Studio Code theme, by the way. Okay, we'll have to play around with vertex, a vertex shader. So this is a surface shader because it has a separate, a custom lighting model so that it can be, well, cell shaded. But we can also add a vertex shader in there, which is it has a bit of a different syntax than in vertex fragment shaders, and I hope that I remember how to write it, but I can also cheat, so yeah. So instead of returning like a V2F object or whatever, it doesn't return anything. Instead, it takes some updata struct object, and Unity CGL has some built-in, so updata full has a bunch of like text coordinates, normals, tangents, all the bells and whistles, and it's gonna be pretty much whatever we need, and it outputs. I mean, does it need? Yeah, it outputs an input struct object. The thing is, because, you know, I might not want to override each of these, there is a macro which I always forget, and I actually had it as a snippet before. Hey, Futulik, so it's complicated. The theme is, I've actually written some stuff on the on the Twitch info, but the main theme is Synthwave X Fluoro Machine. It's this one, right? But this will only give you like this effect with the bloom and the synthwave and all that. And keep in mind it has some instructions on how to install it because it needs like an extra extension and all that. But I also added the vibrancy extension on top, which gives you like the glass kind of feel on the window. And somehow they combined and worked together, and now it looks like this. Alright, so I think it's called Unity underscore initialize output, and you give it the struct type and the actual struct object. You know what? I'm gonna cheat. I have a cheat sheet. Yeah. Oh my god, I actually got it right. Nice. Yeah. So if you do that, Unity will be responsible of initializing whatever you have here. So if you had like wall position and view direction, all that, you know, this would actually initialize all that. Though here we only have UV, so whatever. And it will also take care of all the clip position transformations and all that. So any vertex displacement you want to do, you probably want to do it before that. Cool. So I'm gonna make a property called height offset. Height offset. And you know, we'll just see where it takes us. Put it here. Okay. So gonna start really simple. Just gonna add it to my Y. Going here, moving here. This is the property. Fantastic. What? Am I doing something really wrong? Did I forget to write shaders? Hold up. Was yeah. Oh my god. Yes, I actually did forget to write shaders, yeah. So yeah, when you add a vertex shader on the surface shader, you actually have to declare it, and you actually have to say here, hey, my vertex method is called vert. Okay, I hope they implement surface shader on URP. Yeah, I know. But hey, they are bringing shader graphing built-in instead. Because everyone asked for that. Anyway. Okay, so right off the bat, you will notice a few things. Yeah, they're planning. It's on the roadmap. So there is a bit of an undefined, not undefined, like a sort of a weird behavior here. Yeah, I forgot to move my shadows. Yeah, actually it's very easy to fix that. You just say on the surface shader, you know, add shadow. And, you know, then it takes care of the shadow. I mean, either way, right now they are actually not casting shadows because I haven't told them so, but you know what? Why not? They are 3D objects, they're big boys, they can cast shadows, and now they react to the... Well, I mean, I can see why not. I mean, it's pretty annoying with the point light there, but... Where is the light? Ish. whatever. Oh, thanks for the follows, Timus. So I have a suspicion. Let me confirm my suspicion. Yeah. Do you see the issue? I'll make it a bit more clear. These are the rocks from the particle system, and this is a rock not from the particle system. They are both rotated. If I move the height offset, this behaves properly. These do not. Any idea why is that? Well, yeah, something like that. Basically, a lot of the properties on the particles, like I guess size and all that crap, get adjusted in like mesh level. So yeah. Tangent. Yeah, I have a bunch of other. And what also is a bit annoying as well, yeah, what's also a bit annoying is the fact that they all like have the same height offset, while because it's in object space you would expect it to like be different per size. So that's annoying. Well, that's a good point, Lady Apollo. Maybe, you know what? I will try. You can actually say, disable batching. Obviously not good for performance and crap like that. But you can say that. But it doesn't really matter because it's like particle system batching. Well, it's okay. I can still use this because one thing that you cannot really control with particle systems, individually for the particles, is their position. You can't say that, I want this particle to be at this height in a certain time, a certain point in time. So, but I now have this height offset. And I can actually combine that with my texture coordinates. So I can say crap like, I can actually multiply that with text chord Z. Yeah, area could actually do that. I mean, the rotation is kind of consistent, so I. Oh, you mean set that instead, so that the particle system doesn't do that and mess with my vertices. That's a good point. That's a good point. You know what? Do you feel adventurous? Let's see. I 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh no. Damn it. Okay. So it wouldn't help with the size. I was thinking about doing it and doing that with the size as well, but that won't help when I spawn the sub-emitters. So that's annoying. But it would help with you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it with the rotation, just to show. Well, basically just to show that I can. So I am going to hit this rotation. And I'm going to play around with some vertex streams. So you can see that already I have these vertex streams passed on the shader. So if I pass some custom values, specifically I'm just gonna throw the whole custom 1xyzw. You can see that this is mapped now. The x and y of the custom value is mapped to the z and w of text code 0, and the zw of the custom value is mapped to the x and y of text code 0. I'm just wondering, is there a matter of particle system emission space? If you set to world space instead of local, would it make the trick? That's a good question. I don't think so. I hope I'm not mistaken. Wait, is it not doing anything now? Wait. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, so let's just bring it back just to try that out. So now it's in local, it's doing this thing again. If I set it to world, yeah, no, it's doing the same thing. It's not yeah, it's not related to the space. It's just like a particle system thing because it just, you know, batches it all together for performance purposes. So, you know, I'm not blaming it. Yeah. Yeah, so I was multiplying it with text code, with VFX code. You know what? This is gonna be W. So that means I can make them start from lower, so maybe like here. And then I can use the custom data and use the first one as a vector and use a curve on the Y to okay. Okay, I need to fix some stuff. First off, this. weird what it's doing here. It's because of the rotation. Well, thanks for the follow, Suika343. Okay, so this is an annoying thing as well. Change the pivot back. I mean that. Oh yeah. And instead I can lower the particle system. Yeah. Okay, thanks for that, Avery. I was probably gonna do something really stupid. Also, I don't need it to be walled now. It can be local so I can see it work. Alright, and yeah, I can actually take care of the rotation in here. Can you pass an instance ID of the particles in a custom stream? Yeah, you actually can. You actually can actually do that. If you go here, you'll see. Well, you have the vertex ID, which is like the ID of the particle. So yeah, you can pass that in. There's actually a bunch of useful stuff you can pass in your shader. So yeah, I could also pass like the size and make it like size relative, but this is working for now. And I'm actually gonna do the rotation also like just in shader. No idea you could map custom shader problems. Yeah, you can. And they're super useful for a bunch of effects. You'll see later, like this is nothing, I have something really good planned. I have Blender open here for a reason. Yeah, I want to rotate. So how to rotate? There is you know what, one thing that I'm glad about the existence of shader graph is that you can look up some nodes and steal their code. And there is this node in shader graph, the rotate about axis, which, well, you know, rotates around an axis. I'm gonna steal this, yoink. If you want, by the way, this is the link. Okay, so I'm just gonna call this something prettier. I'm gonna make it return the new position instead of setting it as an out thing. So, you know, just return. Am I missing anything? No, awesome. So now, yeah, exactly. I do that a lot. I mean, for some nodes that, you know, have some methods like these. I can use a slider for that. Rotation. So the order that I do the height offset now matters because I think I want the rotation to happen after the height offset or before. Before, I think. So that's gonna be rotate about axis with like the vertex. vertex X, Y, Z. My axis is gonna be the Z axis, I think. We'll see. I mean, if it's not the Z, it's gonna be the X. We have a lot of useful node code that you can just steal. Yeah. Something good came out of it, I guess. So the extension for ShaderLab snippets, it's called ShaderLab VS Code. It also has a paid version in the asset store. Haven't tried it. It might actually be good. There is also the ShaderLab formatter, which is cool for, formatting. So it fixes tabs and methods and all that when you save, which is super useful. And I also have my own custom snippets. So I don't know if you're talking about stuff like what I'm doing here, like this for easily creating properties, but these I have made myself. Yeah, so rotate about axis, and the rotation here is in radians, so I can just use the rotation multiplied by unity 2 pi, or tau. Yeah, this is working fantastically. Yo, hey Anderson Kev, thanks so much for the raid. You got me at a very embarrassing time for me and my rotation math. Okay, gonna try it later. Oh yeah, I probably should do that, right? Oh, this is getting well. Yeah, you can get the center. You know what? I'm gonna pass the center. Okay, let me see. I need to reorganize my data. Hold up. So I definitely want 3. Or you want just 2 on custom 1? Oh wait, why do I want? No, just keep it at 2, whatever, and the center. Okay. Oh, thanks. Oh, puppy. Okay, take care of the puppy, of course. It's obviously more important than this. Okay, you know what? I passed in the center. Is the center like in object space now? I'm curious. I'm curious to see. So in order to actually make the center work, the rotation work, I think I have to do this minus equal the text forward 1. This is where the center is stored. And then pass it again. Oh yeah, it works. But I do need to rotate the other way. And give me 1 second, I will be right back. And I'm back. I did not hit the unmute button hard enough. So yeah, I was talking about like this working now, and yeah, I scaled up the little rock first. So yeah, okay. Oh crap. Oh crap. Yeah, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work as intended because I want their positions. What was I thinking? Yeah, I want their position for the sub-emitters. And I can't just, you know, vertex offset everything. So this is unfortunate. I mean, okay, the rotation thing works. You know what? No, I think I can make it work. I think I can make it work. So okay, so this is going from 0 to 1. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of like reverse that. Yeah. Okay, okay, now we're cooking. And if you get a bit lower, I wouldn't be upset. Awesome. Awesome. Also, in the previous version, I also had like small versions of those like coming out like that, and I've been thinking, and I think that I won't include them because they looked kind of busy, especially because they had like the texture scaled down. But it's okay because I'm going to enrich it with other elements. Yeah, I actually was not prepared at all about how I would go about any of these. I would also probably do something way more complicated and wrong instead. But this is looking good. You know what? The cool thing is that, you know, if I want, I can just say, okay, make it 6 cycles and make it go to 0.6, and yeah, now we have 6. And you know what? I think 6 is it's a better number. It's a more round number. Yeah. And another cool thing is that all this can be controlled from this curve. This curve. Can I not zoom in anymore? I apparently cannot. Okay. Oh, thanks for the follow, One Frame. And thanks for the follow, Suhail69. Okay. All right, I'm good with that, but we still miss a few things. So the previous effect, we can actually see it now. Oh, I have disabled them. Also had this glow, which like cooled down. So since we're in vertex streamland, I'm going to add this back. So right now the emission is like that. Okay. I can just go here and add another emission, like a, I don't know what I'm gonna call it, particle emission? No. Yeah, I could use the same I use for the height. I could use that. Thinking. Though no, I think that I would want them to cool down a little bit afterwards, so I will probably use a different one. So I'm just gonna call it glow emission, which apparently is something different from plain emission, but I cannot think of names right now, I'm sorry. Well, why is this fixed? This should be float. It's an HDR color, Jesus. Okay, so I'm just gonna pass this in. So emission control or something, which is just emission control. It's just gonna be v dot text chord Z, because I'm using the W for the height. This is gonna be the Z. And when I go here, I can just lerp between emission, or maybe like low emission, no emission, and low emission, and nope, in emission control. It's still working? Yeah, seems to be working. So I can have a curve very much like that. Okay. Yeah, it can be like this. Oh, yeah, I should do it the other way. And this can be like this. Yeah. All right. No, I think I can afford to move that a bit. Like not. Oh, thanks, Lady Apollo. Oh, are you leaving me, Dong? And yeah, Shuriken is very powerful. I mean, I keep saying that. it's super powerful, and especially when you combine it with the with custom shaders and custom vertex streams. I mean, besides the performance, you don't have a lot to envy from VFX Graph. Okay. Have I muted it? Oh, I have muted it. Nice. Okay. I'm going to leave this in the side for a bit, and I'm going to show you something cool. Do you want to see something cool? Because I'm gonna show you something cool, whether you want it or not. So I had the idea of having fractured ground, where having the ground fracture where the rock gets out, and I actually wanted that to be with geometry. And long story short, I'm planning to do that with baked pivots and a cool little shader, and blending that with particle systems and making it into a sub-emitter and having fun with that. So yeah, Lady Apollo, I get what you mean. I had that too. Like when I started with VFX, I was just like, I'm just gonna make my own animation system. Like the first version I had of that ground earth attack VFX, it wasn't even using, well, I mean the smokes and all that were particles, but the rocks were animated with my own custom tool, I think, my own custom twinning tool. And that's how I actually started with VFX, because I didn't think that Shuriken could do that much, or that, I don't know, I just didn't feel good about using it. But it's super powerful, like super powerful. Alright, so, okay, first off, as you know, in Blender, first thing you wanna do is delete everything, including the default cube, and now you make a cube. I'm going to make it 1 by 1. For some reason, the default cube is 2 meters by 2 meters by 2 meters. Like, that's a big cube. It's like 2 meters. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna keep it at 1, and that's important. You will see why. Though I do want it to be like 0.1 or something. Yeah, sure. Okay. So first off, let's fracture that sucker. Let's look at VFX graph. Yeah, no, VFX graph is great. I haven't gotten too much into it because I don't use a lot of SRPs in my spare time. But I know that I should at some point. It really seems really powerful, but it seems it has a lot of stuff for me to look into, and I don't have the time to get into that without a purpose. So in case you don't know, in Blender there is already like an add-on which is called Cell Fracture, It's very popular and built in and all that, so don't even really need to download anything. So I can just like go nuts and just break this sucker. I'm not very happy with this because I want more towards the middle. So I'm just gonna say this cursor close. It didn't feel very cursor close to me. I'm gonna try one more time. Oh, this is a nice fracture. I like what's going on there. You know what? I'm gonna keep this. This is looking cool. All right. So first off, combining all the things and setting the pivot butt to the center, so it's gonna be origin of the 3D cursor. So we still have the origin there. One thing, first thing I want to do is remove the sharp edges and clear sharp, yeah. And now you will also see this annoying thing it does, that it has actually split the edges and all that. But if you hit A to select everything and M for merge and just say by distance, or remove duplicates as the old Blender users might remember it. So now if you hit L, you can select individual pieces, and that's good. That's what we want. All right. So the main thing here is the pivot baking, right? Okay, so first off, just to yeah, just to make my point clearer. Something darker, please. Yes. All right. Okay. So the whole thing with the, as you know, we have object space coordinates when we have a mesh, right? So if I have like a, let's say that I'm looking at my mesh from the top, right? So this is it, but like from the top. Now the origin is on the center, right? It's right here. So since this mesh is like 1 by 1 by whatever, 0.2, but you know what, let's not care about that. The center of the object always in object space coordinates is 0. 0.0.0. So this is like the center. Since, you know, we already know the dimensions, that it's like 1 by 1, and since we know that this is on the right on the center, like this point here is gonna be at minus 0.5, minus 0.5, this is gonna be 0.5 to 0.5, and yeah, that's easy to, you know, figure out. But the thing is that what we want right now is to basically have the pivot of each of those individual pieces in one mesh. Obviously, we're gonna want them in object space coordinates, because I mean we don't have any information about the world here, so it's gonna be in object space coordinates. And the cool thing is that we can use mesh data to store those. So one thing I did before was using vertex colors, which are cool. They are alright, thanks for the follow, Twitch Dog. But the thing with vertex color is that they actually get clumped when imported into Unity. So they always get clumped to the 0.1 range. And we don't want that, because you can see that our positions can go negative, and if we actually had anything larger than a 2 by 2, they could also go above 1 or below -1. So vertex colors, yeah, not working for us. But we can use text coordinates. One annoying thing though is that while, as you saw, we can actually access UV coordinates, texture coordinates as a float 4 in Unity, we cannot store them as float 4 in Blender. So we actually will need 2 sets of texture coordinates. So UV1 is gonna keep the X and Y, well, the X and Z in Unity, but X and Y in Blender. I know it's confusing. And UV2 dot X is gonna hold the Y. That's the plan. So that will actually give us like points here, 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 with all the different pivots. That's what we wanna do. The cool thing is that there is a method to actually do that without any fancy tools or any fancy scripting. I actually have a script here that does that thing, but I'm not gonna be using that. It's a custom script that a coworker made, so you know, it's kind of job related. But there is actually a way better and more straight, well, not better, but there is another way, and it's quite straightforward. So there is this video by Thomas, who's also, they're also very known on Twitter as, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, Zazamorga. There you go. Go follow them. They're awesome. And basically, it says that you can bake your UV pivots using a very simple process. So here, Blender actually has a bunch of templates. We're gonna use the operator mesh UV. So what that does is that if you go here and select like this, and I also need, oh, you cannot see, let me bring this up. Okay. We will need to add new UV maps. So I'm keeping the first one for UVing purposes, but I'm gonna make a new one and another one. So with this selected, if I hit run on the script, this is what we get. So these are not points, as you can see. These are like the whole UV. It's like it's projected right right on the center. But if you go here and select individual origins and select everything and scale everything to 0, you get points. And these points are essentially the pivots of each point. And you can see that, you know, this is 0, this is 0.5. So you can actually tell that the pivots are ranging from -0.5 to 0.5. And like this is the center, which is like the 0, 0 and all that. And that's awesome. So with one small modification, I can go here and say XZ and select the second UV map and do the same thing. And now we get basically this kind of view. And again, same thing, scale to 0. And we actually don't care about X, we already have X. So we might as well we might as well do this scale on the X, but I mean it's not even necessary because we'll just be grabbing that axis and it will just work. Alright, let's see what this is doing essentially. Okay, I'm going to export this. Let me see. No, wrong thing. Yeah, VFX Lab, there we go. I have an operator preset for Unity, awesome. I'm gonna call it Fractured Ground 1, because you never know. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, bring this here. Oh, I forgot to delete the... Wait, what? Oh, no, I didn't forget to delete that. It's just transparent because it didn't have a material. And making sure the views are orthogonal and aligned to the Z-axis. So you mean something like project from view. Well, here's the thing. Okay, for this one, project from view would work. If you move it here and do like the scaling, it could do the same thing essentially. But the cool thing about this script is that if this wasn't like 1 by 1 and it had like any kind of size, it would be mapped to the correct size, and it would also respect a different pivot, the pivot position. And yeah, in general, it would work automatically better for any kind of mesh. Cool, so let's make the fractured ground shader. It's going to be a surface shader. Fractured ground shader. Alright. Fractured ground. Put that on here. Fractured ground, looking good. Make sure the bounds are correct. Which one makes sure that the bounds are correct? Because that method works like for the bounds as well. Fractured ground shader. Okay. So first off, we're gonna need to see if this is working. The best way to see if this is working is by trying to collapse each individual piece to its pivot. Well, obviously we're gonna need another vert method here. In, out, up data. Let's go full v out input O Unity initialize output input and O. Yeah, the script is working really good with that. And yeah, Houdini, I think probably Houdini has something ready for that. But it's really cool that you can do it so easily in Blender too. Oh, thanks so much for the sub, Lady Apollo. You didn't have to. So now I can have a collapse slider here. gonna call it collapse. And I'm gonna need to get the pivot first. So things get a bit tricky here, and I am going to bring out my cheat sheet once again, because as you know, Blender has very different coordinate system than Unity. I think besides the Z pointing up, it's also right-handed, while Unity's is left-handed, so it's a bit of a mess. What I have found to work is this thing. So the X is reversed. Here I need the Y, and the Z is also reversed. And to see if this all is working, I can just say v.vertex xyz. It's gonna lurk between, well, itself, so v.vertex xyz, and the pivot. Sorry, collapse. So if this works, what it means basically is that add another layer. Oh, yeah. What this means essentially is that, you know, when you have a piece, I don't know, like make it convex, please. Whatever. Okay, whatever. Let's say this, you have this piece, and you have like these vertices. And since this is the pivot, and we have baked like the pivot position in the vertices, and I tell the vertices that, you know, go towards your pivot, they essentially are going to collapse on themselves. It's basically scaling. Like if you wanted to scale in the vertex shader, you would basically move the vertex position towards 0 to make it go towards the origin and thus scale it down. So let's see if this actually worked. Alright, and let's also make sure that I say this here. Oh, thanks so much. That's cool. You see that? I mean, I can make them larger too. See that? So the fact that they are just collapsing onto themselves and not moving around or flying or rotating or anything like that means that this is working as intended. I only managed to do that on the first go in this stream because I had my cheat sheet, because yeah, I wasn't able to do that so fast previously. But yeah, that's looking great. Next up, I want this to actually be doing it in a circle. So yeah, I want to be doing that in a circle, technically, from the center. So you can imagine that I will actually spawn these. Don't worry about them being like on top of the ground. We're going to fix that. And as the circle expands, these collapse. Alright, let's go about that. So I could just, you know, get the vertex position, the object space vertex position, and compare it to 0. And then I get like an SDF kind of thing in the vertex shader. But this is not exactly what we want. And let me think. Yeah, it's not exactly what we want really, because we want the circle to be in regard to its fracture and not to its vertex. Otherwise, you will have like half fractures being half collapsed and others half of the vertices of a piece collapsing and half not collapsing, but you want it to move like on a fragment level, if that makes sense. So instead of using the vertex position, we can actually just use like the pivots, since we have them and all. So I'm gonna call it effect. I'm gonna add a threshold here. Nope. Actually, this threshold will later be controlled from the particle systems, but just to see it working, I'm gonna add it here. Oh, okay, Lidapol. Hope that when you come back, I'll still be here. Effect threshold and set it to 0. Alright. And yeah, I'm gonna use a smooth step here. I have some values that I have tried. Threshold minus 0.4, don't ask why. And I don't really care about the why. And also, since the center of our object is 0.0.0, we can just get like this would just do it, but I'm gonna do it like that because again I don't care about the y and maybe I shouldn't use that. You know what, I'm going to humor this idea, just length pivot. And yeah. Hold up. Alright, thanks for the raid, Unity Tech. Welcome. There you go. So since my pivot actually goes up to 0.5, I am going to multiply this by 2 so that it covers the whole thing. Oh, sorry, I don't have any commands like that. I'm not very well versed into Twitch stuff, but I can tell you, it's I have actually in the about section some information. Hi, Unity Tech. So the theme is synth VFX fluoromachine along with vibrancy. So you can look those up to get this neat effect for the VS Code. Okay, this is it, and oh, then I can just multiply the collapse with effect, and let's see this working now. Alright, I'm turning the collapse all the way up, and now boom. Yeah. So you can see now that this is not actually, it's going fracture by fracture and not like vertex by vertex. Oh, thanks. Yeah, so just for everybody new that just joined, sorry, I was focused on this one. So I'm making I'm kind of recreating an old VFX of mine. It's gonna be like an Earth attack thing. And yeah, I'm doing it like with shuriken particle system, custom shaders, a bunch of particles, custom meshes, custom textures, shaders, all that. In the previous stream I made like the model and the material in Substance Designer, and right now I just set this up to work with custom vertex streams in my custom cell shading shader. I said shading a lot of times. Actually, all the rotation and moving happens in the shader. Like the actual position of the particles is this one. So yeah, I'm hoping I'm gonna make this look really flashy and big and exciting. And part of it is adding this kind of cracked ground effect, which right now it's just collapsing, but I'm planning to do much more with that. I do need to increase the... Oh, actually I think I should not have multiplied. Yeah, okay. Oh no, I did not design the character or the animation. The animation and the character model are from mixamo.com, where you can find free models and animations. And I just brought it in and added the animation on timeline so I can sync it with other effects like this radial blur, which is another custom shader of mine, along with Earth Attack VFX. So yeah. Oh, something annoying you might have noticed. Shadows are off again, but there is an easy fix again. And it's just this. I mean, you just say add shadow and it adds shadow, and it's like really, really explicit. The shadow looks kinda cool. I mean, I can almost hide the mesh and just play around with the shadow. That does look very cool. Anyway, I don't know, I'm getting some weird ideas about this, like making logo animations for some reason. Seems to be working. Anyway, back to the actual model. So yeah, just to make clear what I was talking about before, if instead of using the pivot points I used the actual position, so that would be vertex v.vertex xyz, you would see do you see that, you know, these particles, these vertices, sorry, for example, are looking like they're pulling in, and it's not like it's dissolving, it's more like it's opening. And I mean, for some effects that could be better. I can't decide if I like it or not. I think that the collapsing was better, because this looks like it's deforming its fragment, and I mean, they shouldn't deform, they are ground rock. So no, I'm just gonna bring it back, but you know, again, keep that in mind. So yeah, this looks like this. All right, first effect done in this one. Next up, I want it to raise also, so that's an easy one. Just gonna have a height offset thing again. It's a big day for vertex shader height offsets and all that. Oh, thanks for the follow, Ionix. Offset, height offset. 0. All right. I mean, that's another easy one. We dot vertex y. Just add some height offset multiplied by our effect. Yeah. All right. Things are happening. Oh, thanks so much. But we're still not, we still haven't done the exciting part. So, okay, we have movement, we have scaling, but you know what would look really cool, right? Some rotating. And that's what we're gonna do. Cool thing is that I already have the rotate about axis function right here. So I'm gonna bring it right there. But here's a problem. Here's a thinker for you all. So I have the rotate about axis, and you know what? I'm going to implement it. I'm gonna add a... Oh, thanks Unity Tech. I'm trying. So I'm gonna call this rotation, gonna make it go from -1 to 1. We're gonna play with radians again. Which should be the correct order though, before the... right? I think before. Here I did it after. Here I'll do it before, and you know, if it works, it works. Vertex XYZ equals rotate about axis. So there is a problem right now which you might realize. What is our axis? You know, for right now, just to see it working, I'm gonna use I don't know, Z again. Z is a nice axis, I like it. I'm gonna use the rotation and I'm gonna multiply it by unity to 2 pi. Because again, radians. Oh no. Say the code review for some amount of time. Oh, what do you mean? Like, if people would review my shader code? Because that would be a lose-lose situation. Whoops, flow 3. Oh, damn. Great cuts. I would not have seen it. Okay, so I'm removing the height offset and the rotation and the collapse for now, just to see the rotation. Okay, not great. Not great. Not exactly what I want. Well, first off, I should also multiply that with the effect. I would review, if you would review our code. Oh, I'm not the best person to review anybody's code. But it sounds like a good idea. I could look into that. Oh, thanks, Kay. I'm glad you can follow along. And I mean, if you got into VFX creation, you would be way too powerful. So, okay. What's going on here? I forgot to do something. Well, obviously, yeah, I'm not doing anything with the pivot right now. I'm just rotating the vertices, which is wrong. Excuse me. Yeah. So I should be rotating the vertices because that's how this works. But the thing is, how do I take advantage of the pivot? Okay, so when you want to rotate something in shaders, you need to keep in mind the offset. Alright, so what's happening here, is that I'm rotating, well, basically I'm rotating the whole thing because it's rotating around its pivot. But here's what we want. Let me bring the Photoshop thing again. Okay. Here's what we want. So I have, again, like, this is the whole mess. Alright. So if I rotate it as is, it rotates around its center, which is annoying. Okay. But if I have like this piece here, for example, and I want to rotate along the pivot of this specific fracture, I would need to offset all my vertices by the pivot, basically. I would want to center my mesh around the new pivot, which would be this. But the thing is that each vertex has its own pivot. So I wouldn't be doing it it wouldn't be applied for like everything. It could be applied for their individual pivots. It's a bit tough to get your head around that, and I'm not explaining it really well right now. But here's what I'm gonna do. Before I rotate, I'm just gonna say that, you know what? Wait. Sorry, just looking into something. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna say that, you know what? Offset the vertex by the pivot first, rotate it, and then add the pivot again to bring it back to its place. So that way, the center of its fragment, of its vertex, is its pivot. So it's rotating around its pivot, and that's what we want. And to see that this is working, now if I move the rotation, there we go. Each pivot rotates individually. But wait, there's a problem. Mistake. So this is the dark side of the mesh, but you know, it shouldn't really be dark. But the thing is, I'm bringing the lower side of the mesh up, and it's still dark because its normals aren't updated. It still thinks that it's facing down, that it's facing away from the light, even though like the light is right. Wait, no, not bad. But like the light is right there, and these are lit but with shadows, and these are like shaded with no shadow. It's a mess. Luckily, we actually don't have to do a whole bunch of stuff to recalculate our normals, like you would have in any other weird vertex displacement shenanigans. You can just literally rotate your normals the exact same way. And yeah, just literally do the same thing, and boom, rotated fractures and rotated normals. And you can also see it in effect, and combined with the collapse and with some height offset, maybe more rotation, maybe less height. It's doing something. But here's the tricky part. And here's the thing that I actually got more excited when I figured it out. So as I mentioned, there is still an issue, and that's the pivot. What is our pivot? Right now I have hard coded it to be Z, but that's not what we want. Back to the drawing board. Alright. So I'm gonna try and draw in perspective. Bear with me. Okay, this actually turned out alright. Okay. Awesome. So this is our mesh from this side, for example, or like in Unity from this side. Right? And we have some sort of circle. Okay, this is gonna be like a circle in perspective. That's gonna be tough. Yes. Okay. Okay, whatever. So this is the effect circle. The circle that we are expanding, the disk that we're expanding when I'm moving this slider, which is right above my head, so you can't really see. But trust me, there's a slider there. With the rotation, it's not very visible, but like with collapsing, you can see that this is the circle I'm talking about. This one right here. Oh, thanks for the follow, Sounder Andreas. Okay, so again, another question. Which is the correct rotation axis that we would want for this to look good? Because right now I'm doing this on the z-axis, they're all facing the same way, and you know they look like they're rolling, and I'm not shaking, but you know it's not the axis that I would want. So what is the axis that I do want in relation to this circle? Let's say, just to make it a bit easier, that my pivot is exactly here, exactly at the edge of the circle. I have a fragment here and I want to rotate it. That's a good point, Aori, but here's the thing. So this is the center of the mesh. So like you said, you basically describe this vector, right? Because if you use the pivot as a vector, technically you can say that you can have a direction which is pivot minus the origin, which is like this vector. You know what? I'm gonna draw it in red. You know what? Not even gonna make it a dust line. I'm gonna make it a proper line because you deserve a proper line, Eri. Okay, so if I do this, my fracture is gonna rotate in this fashion. So when it rotates, it's gonna go like this. Bingo. Exactly. We want the tangent to the circle. So this is the vector we want. So for this point, it's gonna be this vector. For this point, it's gonna be this vector, and so on and so forth. And the way we get it is exactly as Eri described. We can get this vector because we know the position of the pivot, which we can interpret as a direction going from the pivot towards the center. So we have this vector. We can take, come on, make it lighter. We can also take this vector, Jesus, okay, this vector, which is the y vector, the up vector, whatever. We can just use the y vector in object space too, not even in world space, because that would also work when if this mesh is rotated. And since we have this and this vector, we can get the cross vector of those. And that will give us a vector that is perpendicular to both. And it's gonna be the tangent to the circle. And that's exactly the rotation axis we want. In case you're not too well versed into the cross product, conversely to the dot product, the order does matter, but it doesn't matter to us in the sense that okay, if I do the order wrong, or I don't include like the minus, for example, that Eury mentioned, or whatever else, I would still get a vector that's perpendicular to this and this. So I would either get this vector or this vector. And okay, one of the two is right, but the thing is that, you know, if I get the wrong one, I can just negate the angle I'm rotating. So it's not about being right or wrong, it's about being consistent. So being consistently wrong is good, because it means that you can make it right. So that's exactly the axis that we want. So the rotation axis gonna be cross the pivot, and the plot 3 0 1 0. And yeah, and you know what, here just to be safe, I'm gonna say this. Oh, thanks for the follow, Nick Narian. And yeah, so this is our rotation axis, and if I replace this with the rotation axis and go back here, not here, go back here, I want it to be dramatic, damn it. There we go. This is magnificent. So this is very much like cracked ground right now. Okay, let's bring back those boys and just do some previews. So that's what I was thinking here. Yeah, trying to make it kind of fit. But I think you can tell where I'm going with this. So imagine that, you know, as this is rising up, there's also like this kind of effect. By the way, I ended up not using the UV0, but I think I have an idea about what to do. So here's another little neat trick we can do. So I thought it would be interesting to also have some emission on those rocks as well, but like not everywhere, just on the inner sides. There's a lot of ways to do that. What do you think? Do you want vertex colors or UVs? What would be your pick? Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I wouldn't have a lot of trouble with vertex colors, but yeah. I might be taking some faces, some smaller faces along, but it's okay. All right, so these are all the inner faces. All around me are inner faces. So if I go to UV map 0, this is the horrible unwrapping that happens with self-fracturing. Crap. No, you know what? Crap. Okay. Let me unhide everything. Let me unwrap everything like a smart UV project. Yeah, that's the stuff. Okay, and I'm gonna do this one more time. So hiding these, no, hiding these. Whatever, hiding these, and hiding these, and hiding these. All right. Again, only the inner faces. So we can get all those. Just scale them 0.5. Throw them out for a bit. And hide the rest, and yeah, get all these, scale them 0.5, scale them 0. Like a little more, just so that we're not right on the edge. All right, so yeah, that's the way I like to play around with my UVs. In these cases, when I want procedural effects like this, I just split the UVs into 2 or more spaces, and now in shader I can say that, hey, if UVX is larger than 0.5, then, you know, make it emissive, make it glow. Replace, wrong thing. Okay, back to the shader. Emissive, emission 0. Take it. And emission equals. Well, okay, I'm gonna make it a bit dirty, but it's okay. Step 0.5 degrees multiplied by emission color. Yeah. There we go. How would this look on the big one though? Yeah. Yeah, so I'm thinking something along these lines. Okay, let's see in particle fashion. I mean, I don't think it's undercomplicated. Fractured ground, no speed, sure, lifetime of 5, why not? Or you know what, make it 4. I feel stingy today. No shape, just emission. No thoughts. 70. Alright. And throw in the, use a mesh. It's gonna be this mesh. Brain fart. Okay, fractured ground. Fractured ground. Awesome. Make it local. Okay, I think I'm gonna actually need that center. Though I mean that's kind of interesting though. Yeah, I'm gonna need that center. Holy crap. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but now it doesn't really color. Okay. What? No. Okay, I'm gonna have to be a bit creative here, so I need those. UV2, XY, and UV. custom 2 XY and UV3 XY. All right. Yeah. So the custom vertex streams were a bit messed up. So I need to pass on the UVs for the pivot baking, which I have stored in the UV1 and UV2, text code 1 and text code 2, right? So the thing is that I could pass UV coordinates from the custom vertex streams, but for some reason it only allows like X and Y, same like Blender. So it's not like I could say that, you know, put all 4 on the UV on the text code 1. So I actually not. Wait, no. Make it custom 1 ZW. I cannot do that. Okay, screw it. So yeah, I added in order to fill text code 0, I added the custom 1.xy, then passed X and Y of the text code 1 for the UV2, and another custom to fill that up, and then the text code 2.xy for the rest, if that makes sense. But I do need to pass the center too. It's gonna be on text code 2 ZW and text code 3.x. Right. Does update a full give me text code 3? Let's find out. Yes, it does. Nice. Okay, so center is gonna be v text code 2 float 3 damn it, text code 2.xy and v.text code 3x. Wait, I know that's wrong. That's ZW. My head hurts. Okay, so first up, the effect is gonna be the pivot minus center, and this is gonna be the cross product between center pivot again minus center xz, sorry. And I think that should do it. It should not. Cross. Whoa. Okay. Sorry. Center x 0 center. You know what? It worked with the other one, so just do that. Color stream does not match. Oh, it needs a color too. You know what? Just take the color too. I don't care. Oh, it's there. But it does take the color. Okay, whatever. Thanks for the follow, Philberex. Why is this not working? Besides me calling this threshold. It's late. Am I doing something so wrong? Okay, this is doing something. Yes, rotation is not great. This is the center of the particle though, right? Right. Right. Why are you not even like collapsing? Okay. Just gonna try without the effect just to see if the collapsing works. Yeah, it's not quite there. I should probably do something with the center here, right? It's like oh wow. Okay, I completely lucked out on base. Alright, let's try the rotation then. Okay, and the rotation axis. Oh, okay, that's the same. I think it's the same because I was supposed to also add center, so they kind of got cancelled out. Whatever, I'll take it. And in that sense, I think that should be it. Yeah, okay, I think we got it. Back to the effect thing. Yeah, alright, okay, we're back in business. We're back in business. Alright. Okay, let's now try and make it work as a submeter. Nice. Okay, okay. Enhance. Maybe change the pivot a little bit. Enhance some more. Drop the pivot now. Oh, rotation was off. What's going on with the rotation? Oh, yeah, the effect is intense. Yeah, we're all about those features today. Something is up, right? Like, I'm not crazy. Yeah, collapsing is off. Like, a bunch of things are off. Yeah, I'm not sure what either. Back to the non-sub-emitter version. Well, obviously the collapse is one thing. Oh, hold up. It's the size. Like, it was working okay for... yeah. Yeah, because the size is changing the mesh information as well. But okay, no matter. No matter. I can pass in the size on text chord 3. Okay, so if I scale it here, collapse is doing this. All right. I think that if I multiply the pivots with the size of 3.y, all right. Okay, yes, I'm a genius. All right. Oh, I should probably adjust the it's gonna divide by the size of the effect, so that way it can always go up to 1. All right, let's try this again with the sub-emitter thingy. Where are... there they are. Fix the pivots. Fix them some more. I kind of dig this kind of, you know, all right. I think I can get behind that. Could I maybe inherit like little velocity or not velocity, rotation, as a treat. Nope, that did absolutely nothing, and yeah, I can't see why it would do anything else. Oh, I don't need to do that. Never mind. I can actually rotate them. Wrong thing. I think that's what I want. Oh my god, everything I do is gonna mess up with my data, isn't it? God damn it. Okay. Screw it. I wanted to give it some randomness, but you know what? No. No, I won't submit. I won't submit. No. You know what? You give me vertex stream, I'm gonna take all the vertex streams. Give me a random value. Bitch. No, you know what? I'm just gonna take the... Just gonna multiply it myself. Screw it. Just... here. You know what? Vertex X, Y, Z. Rotate about axis. On the y-axis, vertex chord 3z multiplied by unity 2 pi. Let's do it after these, and after these, and before these. Yeah, minus the center, I guess. Everything is so tough with particles. I don't know what I was thinking with this. Okay. There we go. And I'm gonna animate the effect threshold thing again with more vertex streams. I actually already have one for that. It's gonna be the text code 0.z. Yeah, just multiply by v.textcode z. Awesome. Oh no, it's 0. It's okay. We're gonna fix that. Curve. Yeah. Oh yeah. Gonna fix it, alright? Okay, time it a little. Black. Jesus. Yeah, alright. You know what, just out of curiosity, if I throw in the rock here, rock, am I using? Is it the stylized? Oh no, it's the earth rock attack, I think. Oh, thanks for the follow, Dante Calvino. I don't like that. Yeah, not sold on the texture here. You know what? Just gonna keep it single color. Just wanted to make it blend a little bit. Yeah, sure. Alright. And the cool thing now is that we have the base of the sub-emitters, so that means that if you remember that fire that we had the other day, I can maybe try and bring that here too. Whoa. What's wrong with you? Okay, let's try sub-emitting that. Please don't tell me Unity will crash. I have not saved the scene. Don't. Do not. Can you not? Why didn't I save the scene? Thanks for the follow, Hassan Snowtail. It's not a great time. Truth is, I've had this happen before and it did not crash nor freeze. Like it, after a bit, it got back to its senses. Please, Unity. Oh my god, I didn't save the particle. When was the last time I saved? Oh my god. Oh my god. Please send good vibes, everyone. Oh no. Did I ever save the scene? No idea. Sometimes when I drag stuff in, it does that. But again, I have had that before and it unfroze after a bit. Definitely wasn't as long as this one right now. Well, again, it shouldn't take that long, or I mean, at least it should give some feedback. Oh, this is bad. Did I pull the plug? I don't think it's happening, boys. I mean, at least the shaders are set up and working, and probably the materials too, so there's that. Should I do it? Should I do it? Okay. I'm pulling the plug. Okay, let's see the aftermath. Alright. Okay. Oh, okay. There's something. Oh. Turns out I did save. Alright. Alright. Okay. Yeah, we're back in business. Yeah, I was afraid I wouldn't have saved anything. Yeah, thanks for the good vibes. Your good vibes probably saved the state of my Unity editor. So thanks for that. So I was getting the fire here. I'm saving with every click I'm doing right now. Okay. 200. 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh, thanks for the follow. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay, nothing broke. Oh, and thanks again for the follow, Sandy Ray. Fire. Oh yeah, I do inherit the size. That's helpful. Yikes. Maybe there should be a bit of delay. Much less delay, like much less. And I briefly explain my experience. Yeah, so I also started as a programmer. Basically, I went to uni, like got a CS degree and all that, and then I always wanted to work in games, and I started, with programming in like Unity, and wanted to pursue maybe like a programmer role, like gameplay programming, or I don't know. And then I found out about shaders and graphics and all that, and then went that way. And after that I just started learning about VFX as well, along with shaders, because they kind of go hand in hand. And yeah, that's about it. Again, to put it on the timeline, I started uni back in 2014, technically, finished back in 2019, but I started working in 2017 as like a general purpose programmer at a creative agency that also made some video games. And at the same time I taught myself about shaders, and I took some freelance gigs here and there. I shared a lot of the stuff that I made online, because that was a big part of it, to be honest. So I don't know if that covers your question. Should this be larger? Yeah, truth is, I was always more interested on the visual side of things, to be honest, because I also like I started working with 3D like back in middle school. So at some point I thought I wanted, and I mean I still do, I wanted to maybe go into 3D art, but I then also learned about programming, and and I also really loved that. And it felt like a more viable career and like an easier way to get into things. Right. What's wrong with sub-emitters and timeline? Not having a whole lot of fun. Okay, this is looking good, I think. But obviously needs much more. So I'm thinking stylized smoke and rocks flying and yeah, I think that's a good start. I think I have some rocks here too. Like small rocks, no? I mean, I think I had them here. Yeah, what are those? Yeah, this will do. Oh, it's like not even on a folder. Jesus. That was a fun effect to recreate, by the way. If you missed that, it's on my YouTube channel. And I actually, as I was playing Sea of Thieves again recently, I took a closer look at how this effect is done. And turns out they're probably actually using vertex displacement instead of the parallax thing that I did that was quite expensive, and it was dropping some frames here on the stream. Hey Lady Apollo, okay, here's what you missed. Why? The timeline cursor is not working. Damn it, you came back and you broke the project. Jesus. Let's try that again. Okay, here we go. Timeline is really not enjoying the sub-emitters though. Anyway. Yeah, so... Oh, thanks. So I made this little shader thingy. I saw the process of like fracturing this mess. I don't remember when you left, so apologies if you saw that. But it's basically a shader that uses baked pivots from UVs and like moves them and collapses them and rotates them. You can better see them here. Oh yeah, so yeah. All right, so you saw that, and yeah, then I spent quite some time making it work with particles because they mess up all the data, like all of them, and I had to adjust for that. But yeah, now it's at this point. There's also some emission. I'm still not sure. Not 100% sold on this emission. Maybe I can also make it fade out over time, like with this. Anyway. So yeah, now just gonna add some more flair to the whole appearing particles thing. So you know what? I'm just gonna start with some stylized smoke just to get something simple going on. I'm gonna play around with this here. Either way, it's gonna be on a sublimeter, so the position doesn't matter at all. Make it a sphere. Make it not emitting. Emit just like 10. They're gonna be pretty big. Do I not have? I do not have. I do not have. Okay, let me bring. Where would that be? VFX. Novels. Smoke? Smoke? No. Ah, yeah, there it is. Weird, I don't have it in the VFX Essentials. Whoa, that's a wrong thing. Smoke. No. Oh, where do I have that? Damn it. I mean, I could just make another one. It's pretty easy, but... Wait, no, I know where I can find it. No. Yes, found it. Yeah, so it's kind of a metaball. Cosmetic leather. It's just like kind of metaballs put together, but they're good for like smoky shapes. And gonna be very opaque. So attack. Not flare. Who's using flares? Stylized smoke. This is also a great mess to make like a Super Mario type of cloud. Like, yeah, it's like textbook Super Mario mess. And it's really easy to make too. It's like hide that. Just metaballs. Again, you go in Blender, go with metaball, just ball. Copy some here and there. I think it helped to have large stiffness and better resolution. Yeah, and you just, move around and do that a couple of times and you get a model like the one I had. But remember to decimate before, because it can be expensive. So maybe I actually feel that this might be a bit too cartoony. Well, I'm not gonna keep it like that though, so it's gonna go like here. I'm pretty sure I had a less cartoony let me see if I can find it. If I can find it. I think I found it. Yeah, okay, I think that should work better. Because that's way too cartoony. That's not that's a comical smoke cloud. Yes. It's back when I didn't know about how to import stuff properly. Okay. I'll make it smaller, I guess. One cool thing I have added to the VFX master shader is some sort of very, very simple like cell shading. Which though only takes into account the main directional line. Alright, sorry about that. So I'm not sure how this will actually look, but whatever. Make a random rotation everywhere. What kind of noise to dissolve to? Well, I mean, whirly noise is the best noise. Okay, cool, and make it dissolve over time. Again, more custom vertex streams, custom one. Maybe it should be a circle instead. I feel that it should be a circle. If I make it like this, got a bit of smoothness. Yeah, I could see it. Less smoothness. Okay, let's add some more subemitting. Right, I thought that would be the case. This pivot. Oh no, the pivot changes all over the place. Okay, I can move the. Oh. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure if like the whole thing blends. But I think it looks good at least. Oh yeah, that was a good idea. I think I was gonna do that eventually. Or not, I'm not sure. I might be lying. So those were here actually. So. Yeah, it does, but I mean, I don't really care about the transition of the broken ground. Thanks, Kay. Yeah, well, I mean, I'll be here almost every Tuesday, so I'd love to see you here again. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your night as well. Oh, thanks for the follow, Panda. So, should I make these cel-shaded too? I'm wondering. I'm convinced I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. Just gonna try and do like the easy version, I guess. Let's go here. Cel-shaded. I don't really need the specular, so screw that, screw that, screw that. I don't want the rim either. Do I want the rim? Let's say for now that I don't. But you know what? I'm just gonna keep it for now. Yeah, not even that. Yeah, screw that. Oh no, lens 67, yeah, screw the specular. Line 129, yeah, I don't have metallic and I don't want it too. I mean, it's a ground, it's not metallic. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's more stylized, so I kinda dig it more now. I think I can afford to be darker. Fine. Yeah, I think it blends in a bit better. Oh damn, it's already 12 here. But it's okay, I'll keep going a little bit more. I want to add some more flying stuff. How does it look on play? Yeah, it's good. I want to see the screen save. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I should keep the screen save more. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay, flying ship. You know what? I might even be brave enough to add sub-emitters to the sub-emitters. That would be fun. All right. I'm actually going to use a cone here. Okay. Let's just leave it like that. It's okay. What am I doing? Okay. Random into constants. Thank you. Oh yeah, but shader to use there. Rock debris. Rotation. Oh, yeah. The plugin I used is called Cell Fracture. It's included in Blender, but you just have to go Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, and yeah, if you search for Cell Fracture, it's in there, and you just, check the tick box, and you have it, and then you can just take like any kind of mesh, like, and is it object, quick effects, is it somewhere I'm not seeing? Yeah, quick effects, cell fracture. What is quick liquid? Wait, I'm curious now. Holy shit. That was quick and liquid. Wait, does this render? No, right? Like in cycles or something. No, right? Well, anyway. Anywho. And gravity. Yeah. Particles on the surface. Why not? Why? What the? Okay, yeah, apply the systems. Oh. Alright, Panda, have a good night. Thanks for joining. What if they were cel-shaded though? Yeah, cel-shaded works. Okay. Alright. Let's submit this to you. Okay, might want to reduce some settings here and there. Maybe make this less. Yeah. No. Now I'm saving their way every time I'm adding a sub emitter, and I probably will never stop. So yeah, don't worry about it. Whoa, 10. Something is off. I can't quite put my finger on it. I think it needs more gravity. Yeah. What's wrong with you? Really hate sub-emitters. Random thought, should I change the smoke color? Would it make sense to be... No, right? No, forget that. But I did like the somewhat more brownish. It kind of tied the whole thing together. Whoa, what's up with the frame rate? Jesus, I'm not doing anything crazy here. Alright, I'm going to spawn some embers, and that's gonna be the end for today, because it's already past 12 AM and there's a new season of Atypical. So I'm gonna use this as a base. Oh yeah, stop. Hey, in resin. Holy. What kind of unholy Oh, thanks. Yeah, I don't know if you caught like the whole thing. This is looking like that right now. Yeah, don't mind the wrong timings on the spawning. For some reason, the timeline doesn't like the sub-emitters. Thanks. I like it too, but there's still some things I wanna do. So yeah, right now I was about to add Embers before I almost dropped the whole project into oblivion with like I just copied this particle system like so. No, okay, now it's alright. Now it's okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But yeah, just gonna spawn some embers. Just embers. So no mess. For once, I will use billboards. It's gonna be no billboard, a stretch billboard. Oh yeah. Oh, thanks, Eri. No gravity, please. Please, no gravity. Lots more. And do I need to limit their velocity? Well, either way. Gonna start either orange or you know what? No, they're gonna start either white or black. And color over lifetime, they will start from like red, go towards orange, or wait, no, I messed up. It's like yellow, then orange, then red, and black. And of course the holy grail of all particles, noise. Larger frequency. Okay, let's try that. More sub-emitters. Yeah! Yeah. Those embers are really doing like something. They're really adding things. I have run out of words, as you can already tell. Okay, you know what? I want those rocks to bounce. Bounce. Rock debris, collision planes, make one. Can I use this as my plane? This is it, right? Where's the plane? Discreet. I'm gonna add the plane. It's okay if it's a little up. Okay. It should maybe not be a bit lower. Let's go again. A bit bouncier than I would want. 0.5 might be better. Definitely dampen. Like, what's with all the sliding? Oh wow, there's a lot. You can see a lot of them colliding with the plane beforehand. So let me just move this higher up. Okay, hopefully that will mitigate that. You know what, just for shits and giggles, make them cast shadows. Nah, it's too distracting. Yeah, embers always help. And you know what else? Final thing, I promise. Final thing. It needs some light. Oh, the plane collider is for the rocks. Actually, yeah, you can say to your particles to collide with a plane. I mean, you can tell them to collide with a world, so they will collide with every collider. But if you want to, avoid that because it's fairly expensive, you can just say, with a plane. I think they need even more gravity. Is that even possible? have no idea how this is gonna look, but you know what? I want to try it. So, you know, since it's not spawning enough stuff, spawn some lights too. Why not? Jeez. Okay, there's your answer. Yeah, okay, maybe. Don't use particle. Don't use particle color. Alpha. No, you know what? Yeah, that's a bit intense. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do the light thing. Not here, not like this at least. I'll probably do it with the impact on the ground. What's... What's wrong with your timeline? Why are you acting like this? Did they change anything? Why? Is it like this on play mode too? It just freezes then, I guess. Okay. Weird. Well, either way, something I can do. Yeah, that's what I'm trying. I thought so. A trick I can do for this is just put this under a particle system that's not even emitting. Let's see if I can use that instead. $98. Here we go. Yeah, okay. Oh, and the sub-emitters seem to behave now. So that's good. Okay, so just for comparison, just I wanna see again the original one. Okay, make it loop. So I think it has come a long way. Where can I put it? For sure. So yeah, there's still some stuff I want to do. Like I want to maybe do some stuff for the impact of the guy, and also fix, you know, the exiting, because now it just awkwardly fades. Other random direction. Yeah, that's fair. Though those are also quite more. They're quite a bit more too. Okay, let me hide this. Please, thank you. Hide this too, why not? I think I can have some sort of variation here, and also maybe some random position. Nope. Nope. And also, if I can have more of those in the same time. How would this look with all the... It very quickly reaches almost 1000 particles with all the sub-emitters. I think it actually reaches some limit, I think. Or maybe not, I don't know. Oh, I think there's also some flashing, probably due to sorting issues. Maybe if the smoke is higher up, how would that look? Yeah, much more consistent. There was some... Oh. Okay, yeah. I think I might be pushing my GPU with all these. So let me just bring it back to 6. No, not infinite. Not infinite. 6. 6 is much less than infinite. Or actually, I think the fire, well, the embers should be above all. I think because they look the coolest, and maybe the fire should be above the smoke. I mean, it wouldn't really. It would stop at the same time. Either way, it wouldn't spawn more because of the duration. But still, that was scary because the stream was lagging when I had 12 of them, not infinite. Yeah, okay. So an issue before was the fire sorting with the smoke, and it had some snapping. But now it's consistent, and it looks pretty badass. It reminds me of Breath of the Wild in some manner. And I mean, I was going for that, so you know that's always good. So yeah, you know what? Maybe I mean I know they don't quite make sense, especially with all the extra stuff now. But I wouldn't be against trying to add some impact rings like this, you know, to signify pushing away wind and dust and I don't know what else. So I think those would be the finishing touches on this, along with like any effects I add on the dude before or like on the impact. But I'm pretty happy with how it's going and all the cool shader work that has gone into this. I choked on my own saliva. Okay. No, I thought I was gonna say that it'd be interesting to see how this could look if it was a bit beveled, because right now it's very sharp. Will some beveling work though? I honestly cannot tell. There is like a tiny bit, but I don't think that it will do the job. I mean, I can try. Maybe. Well, there's a lot of clipping, so yeah, no, I'm not gonna bother. Yeah, no, I think it's a good point to leave this for now and come back to it next week for the finishing touches. Subtle trails to the rock. Oh, yeah, I actually wanted to add some trails to the rocks. That's why I was talking about sub-emitters on sub-emitters. But I mean, I don't think that just trails could do it. Especially not trails like that. But you know what? I'm gonna humor this. Yeah. They're subtle, but I think they convey what I'm going for. Maybe they could be a bit more on the yellow side. Oh, thanks, Kim. I thought the last one kinda is, it's probably the perspective. Yeah, it's probably the perspective. Yeah, it's the perspective. It's okay. And I'll leave the embers a bit more. Am I missing some members? No, it's just that they should probably... Something interesting with particle systems on the timeline is that probably because due to the fact that how timeline works, it sets a specific seed to the particle systems. So it's every time it's the exact same particle system. Every time. No randomization whatsoever. Oh, I thought it was 5 minutes ago when I noticed that it was 12 AM, but turns out that was an hour ago. So yeah, it's almost 1 AM right now, and I think I should probably go to bed. So I will end this stream here, not touching any mouse or keyboard anymore. So yeah, lots of progress, lots of cool shaders. I hope you had fun with this. I certainly have. So yeah. Next stream, gonna put the finishing touches on this thing. It's not gonna be used on anything, but it was a fun exercise, and I was really eager to show like the whole process. So yeah, thanks for joining. Have a great rest of the day or night or morning for me, and yeah, I'm glad to hear you learn a lot, Lady Apollo. I'm really glad to hear that, honestly. So yeah.